How much money have you spent on King of Avalon? Or Guns of Glory for that fact? How much money is Dion Interactive Trading or Fun Plus making on a monthly basis from us, the gamers? How much have they made over the lifetime of the games? Curious? Stay tuned to find out. Hey guys, Mountain here, bringing you another video, something a little bit different to what we normally do. And this is going to be a more of an information sharing video with you guys. Recently, we saw with update 11.2 that the new dragon emblems are coming to the game, the Ursine emblems. And like with any other new piece of equipment that comes out, there's a lot of people on Facebook and on the Discord server moaning about now we have to spend more money. And a lot of people do that. It happens so many times that it actually gets drilled into you that this is the way everybody thinks. And that got me thinking. I wonder how much money King of Avalon have actually made from us, the players, how much they are making on an ongoing basis, sort of thing. Where is their revenue coming from exactly? And then I went and did a bit of research and I found quite a bit of information. That's what today's video is going to be about. I'm going to show you how much money FunPlus actually make on a monthly basis, including from King of Avalon specifically. Let's go and have a look together and see what exactly I have found. So the first things first, we're going to switch over to this window over here so I can show you. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is an article that was published in April. There we go. April 2017. So it's a bit old, but it does have a little bit of information that I wanted to share with you. It says your two Fun Plus mobile games have generated more than $1.3 billion in revenue. This article is on the VentureBeat website. You can go see for yourself. I'm not going to go through the whole article. There's just one particular piece over here that I want to share with you. Oren Bennett, game operations for Fun Plus, said in an interview with GamesBeat that King of Avalon has generated more than $721 million in revenue since 2016, and Guns of Glory has generated more than $510 million since launching in 2017. So $721 million over a 3-year period, 2016, 17, and 18. That works out to $240 million a year, which is a lot of money. That's $20 million a month. So they've been doing extremely well from 2016 to 2019. $20 million is nothing to sneeze at. Right, so I wanted to share that with you first so that you can understand the basis of where they came from. Now, if we go to a site called Sensor Tower, you can actually see a listing of apps here of any app you can think of. Basically, you can search for it, and it can tell you how many downloads it's had, what is the revenue that it's generated, and that sort of thing. And here, this is 27 of FunPlus's apps. Now, FunPlus have a lot more than 27 apps. It actually gives you a breakdown here, and it says to you that total FunPlus mobile app revenue in May 2021 was $82 million. That's May only in 2021, including $39 million for iOS apps and $43 million for from Android apps. FunPlus also has a total of 150 apps altogether. So this is just 27 of those 150 apps, right? Now, in these 27 is listed King of Avalon, Dragon Warfare, and Guns of Glory, Conquer Empires. As I say, there's a lot more apps that you can actually look at, including the Chinese version of the King of Avalon game as well, the app there. And you can see that for May, King of Avalon, Dragon Warfare, one version of it, has earned $6 million, Guns of Glory, $6 million, and for the Chinese version of the app, $1 million. If we take it a little bit deeper, we can see, all right, so King of Avalon has got, you've got King of Avalon Dragon Warfare, and you've got King of Avalon Dominion. The difference between the two games is one is Android, one is iOS. So the Android game over here, King of Avalon, generated in May altogether $8 million just for King of Avalon. And then if we look at it from the iTunes store, it generated an additional $6 million. And then if we look at the Chinese version of the app, it generated $1 million in May. So you can turn around and say, right, effectively, King of Avalon has made $15 million from us, the players, in May alone. FunPlus, however, as a total company, is earning $82 million a month from their 150 various cell phone applications that they've got out there. FunPlus, their biggest income is not from King of Avalon or Guns of Glory. It actually comes from State of Survival, The Walking Dead. And if we look at, where is that? State of Survival, that's earning $20 million a month. In May, it earned $20 million at least. And that's on Android only. I didn't pull up the one for iOS as well. Just as a comparison, so you can see State of Survival earning $20 million a month. King of Avalon, $8 million a month. So State of Survival is twice as active in terms of in-app purchases than what King of Avalon is. Going further, we can actually compare this to what was the biggest selling game, Clash of Clans, $15 million revenue on Android alone. And you can see that FunPlus is actually making more money than Supercell is from their main grossing games. I find that quite interesting, actually. Something that did surprise me quite a bit. And if we go further into Sensor Tower, you can actually see a breakdown of the app. So if you come to Sensor Tower, you can pick an app, for example, here, Family Farm Seaside. You can click on that, and it will then load into that app specifically, and it will show you the business of that app. What I mean by business of the app is you can see the peaks and the lows of in-app purchases, for example. So here you can see how many in-app purchases were made and how many were refunded and that sort of thing. And if you scroll right down to the bottom, you can actually see what is the top in-app purchases. So you might want to compare this to your purchases, for example. The most common in-app purchase for the King of Avalon game on iOS and Android is Bag of Gold for $4.99, then Sack of Gold, Pouch of Gold, Chest of Gold, and then the Value Deal, which surprised me quite a bit. The two cheapest things you can get in the game is only the third and the fifth most purchased items in the game itself, in the mainstream game itself. So that surprised me quite a bit. Extremely surprised. You'll also notice that on this entire list, you don't have any of the really big bundles. What that means is that most people are not purchasing those bigger bundles. They are purchasing the smaller to medium size bundles. If we then go to the Chinese version of the app and we scroll down, I actually Google translated some of these so that it would be easier for us to understand. But here you can see these top three over here. The top one is the Bag of Gold for 30 yen. And then the next two are the cheap $1 bundles. This is the $5 gold. And the next two are the two $1 bundles, the $1 gold bundle and the $1 value bundle. And in there, or in order for the Chinese app, it comes first place being the small bag of gold for $5, followed by the value deal for $1, followed by the gold for $1. So that's the primary purchases in the Chinese app. They seem to be purchasing wiser than the regular app. As I say, very surprising that the cheapest ones are actually third and fifth on the list. Very, very surprising. Taking it a little bit further, you can go see the FunPlus stock pricing sort of thing, or not really the stock pricing, and I'll explain to you why, but you can see the history of the financial side of it that's open to the public, and that being that they were founded in 2010, and they had an initial capital investment of $13 million, followed by a secondary investment of $74 million, making it $87 million altogether. And the last time they actually had funding was 7 years ago. So they have been self-sustainable for the last 7 years. And that's pretty much obvious considering the fact that Their total funding was $87 million, and they're earning $82 million a month, approximately. So they are doing extremely, extremely well as a company as a whole. Remember, only 15 million of that, though, belongs to or comes from King of Avalon. 6 million of that also comes from Guns of Glory, not counting Guns of Glory on Android, iOS, and if there's a Chinese version of that app. I didn't really go look at it because I play King of Avalon. So biggest chunks will be coming from those two games, but they're making a lot of money from all 150 apps and games that they've got. That being said, there are a lot of people in the world who have been fighting and suing a lot of companies, gaming companies, about the lottery aspect to their in-app purchases. For example, in King of Avalon, purchasing the Noble Pass, the keys that you actually can get, purchasing those Dragon Chest keys is a lottery item. You're paying a set price for a random item that might be worth that value. It might be worth more. It might not be. You take a chance, same as when you spin the wheel. Like, for example, right now we've got the Dragon Priests, those keys. You can purchase those keys, and those keys are going to allow you to spin a wheel, and it's a lottery. Now, a lot of companies and a lot of individuals and people all over the world have been suing gaming companies over the lottery aspect of the in-app purchases. So I went to go see if Fun Plus has been sued, and nothing is out there as public knowledge. However, I did find quite a few posts on Reddit and things like that, and even petitions such as this one that you see here on change.org by Brendan O'Shaughnessy. I hope I'm saying that correctly. With regards to the curve difference between pay to win and free to play. Nothing concrete, unfortunately, to actually show you, other than, as I say, like a petition like this, for example, where the gentleman is complaining about the fact that your pay to win is so skewed to free to play that it actually isn't warranted or valid or valuable. 74 people have signed this petition. They needed at least 100 signatures for it to be a featured petition. So unfortunately, it didn't really get anywhere. But there are quite a few of these out there, petitions and complaints and things all over the place. But I'm actually quite surprised nobody has done anything with regards to, is KOA considered lottery, or are the in-app purchases considered lottery, or certain ones of them at least. So none of that to actually speak of. Now, all of this being said, you might be sitting there going, well, if Fun Plus and Dian Interactive Trading are doing that well financially, maybe it will behoove me to go and see if I can get shares or stocks in the company. That way, as they do better by me spending money in the game, I can get money out of them in terms of returns from my investment. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to find that. We went to go and have a look, and I came across this article that actually explains it a little bit nicer for you, so that you can understand why you won't find those shares. There's this Chinese billionaire, I'm going to probably butcher this name, Wang Miaotong. Okay, he owns a automobile parts company that did really, really well. He became a billionaire, and he decided he was going to purchase, or his company was going to purchase, a lot of the Chinese gaming apps, a lot of the Chinese gaming app market. Specifically, he planned to acquire 100% of China Mobile Game and Entertainment Group, 100% of Dian Interactive Holding, which comes down to Fun Plus and owning King of Avalon and Guns of Glory, and 100% of Dian in stock and cash deals worth a total of more than $2 billion to expand into mobile and online games. So he was going to purchase all of that. Whether he did or not, I don't actually know. I didn't take it further than this because what I wanted to share with you comes in the next paragraph. CMGE, one of China's mobile game developers, delisted in the US earlier this year after its shares were attacked by a short seller. Chinese billionaire Jason Jiang led Focus Media, one of the country's largest outdoor advertising businesses, has also recently delisted that company from the US and entered into a backdoor listing in China. So some of you might be wondering now, what is short selling exactly? Basically, what happens is you borrow stocks or shares from a broker. Let's say you borrow $100 worth of shares. You immediately sell them on the market, which automatically makes the value of the company drop a little bit. And in your particular case here, hopefully somebody international sees it and sells their shares, dropping it more. In which case, you then purchase back your percentage of shares, whatever it was that you just sold, at a lower price. So that $100 worth of shares, you've sold it, you've made $100 in your hand, and now you've purchased back those shares at $30, for example. Okay. That means you've made a $70 profit. You put that $70 in your pocket and you give back that shares amount to the broker. So the broker gives you 100 shares valued at $100. You sell it at $100. The market value drops. You purchase back those 100 shares at $30. You put $70 in your pocket and you give him back 100 shares. That's what short selling is. So it's buy low, sell high, basically. Which is typically how the stock market works. But now when it's short selling, what happens is somebody on the New York Stock Exchange or the JSE or something like that goes, hang on a second, this guy's got a lot of shares and he's just dumped his shares. Something's risky there. Something's going on there potentially. And he will contact the people in his portfolio and he will have them potentially sell their shares too. So now what happens is the company's value drops astronomically because people are selling their interest or their investment in the company. So now the value drops and then people repurchase at a much lower price. But because this was happening to the companies in China, they delisted completely. And this is one of the companies that have done that. You're not going to be able to find those shares, or at least not in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, etc. Maybe through doing it through Chinese stock exchanges, potentially. But yeah, it's not something that you can unfortunately easily do. Right. So, in a brief conclusion, King of Avalon is earning $15 million a month from us, the gamers. By playing King of Avalon and purchasing in-app purchases, they're making $82 million a month on all 150 apps that they actually have in their portfolio. How does this make you feel, though? Are you a spender in the game? Are you listening to these figures and going, well, that's it, I'm never spending another cent, these guys are greedy? Are you looking at it and going, these guys have got a really good business idea and they're doing really well and I'm going to support them? I'm curious. Drop your comments down below. Let's have a discussion about this. And again, all of this information that I've shared with you today is freely available on the internet. You can go and have a look at it for yourself. You can go to the Sensor Tower and you can go look at these reports and you can go and see breakdowns of what exactly is happening inside the games if you want to know more information. Right, guys, so that's going to be it for this video. If you did like this video or you found it informative in any way, please hit the like button. It helps me out tremendously. And then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so that you can know whenever I go live or I upload a new video. Don't forget, links to Discord are down below in the description, as well as links to Patreon and my other social media sites. If you would like to support this channel in some way, liking, subscribing, and Patreon are the best ways to do that. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you on the next one. Until then, be good, be well, and be safe. Bye.